inactivity, and poor nutrition steal away energy, make clothes fit poorly, and can even hurt relationships. CrossFit Glen Burnie provides the accountability, structure, and activities that help individuals lose body fat, gain confidence, increase performance, and reclaim health. CrossFit Glen Burnie delivers results for life. Welcome, everybody. We're going to do a little member spotlight and a little highlights from a recent nutrition challenge we have with Josh King. So Josh, not everybody knows you because some people come to very early morning classes.
Right.
And I don't think you've ever made it to a 5 a.m. class. Is this right?
Once.
Okay, so he was
Christmas Eve last year. I went to the 12 days of Christmas workout and I never came back.
okay. So Josh has been with us for how long? Have you been CrossFitting with us, Josh?
I think we'll come up on 2 years.
Fantastic.
This, January.
So 2-year anniversary coming in January, and regularly we're seeing Josh here at the 3:30 p.m. class. And one of the things that kind of strikes me with a lot of our members is that they have been sticking with us during this pandemic. And I remember just when we were working outside, with the workouts were outside, Josh was there, and he was setting up and getting those workouts in on the regular. So Josh, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how you got into CrossFit, and then we'll talk a little bit more about the nutrition challenge.
Well, I started CrossFit when I lived in California when I was in the military, and I did lots of other fitness stuff as well, like calisthenics, and went to a kettlebell gym too. But then I got transferred to Germany, and there were no CrossFit gyms anymore that were close to me or affordable, so I had to quit for the 3 years. But when I got back here, I worked in DC. I had to commute a lot, so I didn't really have a lot of time to be planning my own workouts and spending hours and hours at the gym, like wandering around waiting for equipment. So CrossFit seemed like the natural option to get back into it. You did my on-ramp that one day. We had a little orientation, and then that was it. I've been here ever since.
Okay, that's fantastic. So one of the things I wanted to talk about was a nutrition challenge we did, I think it was back in October, for the month of October. And you had some pretty good results on the nutrition challenge. So maybe you could tell us a little bit about the challenge. What stood out from you? What are some highlights?
So before that, my roommate and I had been eating. I think we ate really well. We both cook. I've always cooked, so we didn't eat out a ton. But we were trying to, be more like vegetarian or vegan based or whatever. But I was still not really getting the results that I thought that I should, because, like you said, I come here all the time, so I should be getting fitter or losing weight, but I wasn't. So I think the big highlight was realizing I was not eating enough at all. I was like 500 calories under on the daily. So getting the nutrition challenge and finding out how much protein I should be eating, which is obviously difficult to do if you're not eating meat, how many calories total I should be getting. And as soon as I did that, it was almost overnight that I started to lose weight. And by the end of the month, I think I was down 11 pounds or something. And I kept on. I haven't quit yet.
So actually what you're telling us is that so for the nutrition challenge, what you ended up doing was finding out that you needed to eat more.
Right.
And you also, to lose weight.
Right. Counterintuitively.
A little counterintuitive, especially for folks who are counting calories or restricting calories. We know that doesn't actually work. So you were able to increase the total consumption that, what you were eating. Mm-hmm. And you were also talking a little bit about protein. So are you a vegetarian?
No, not anymore.
Okay, so
it's almost impossible to get as much protein and calories as I need. If you look at like a serving of spinach, it's like 60 calories. I will never make it to 2,000 calories in a day if I only eat vegetables. So.
Right. Okay. So were you a vegetarian leading up to the challenge, or just not eating enough protein?
Leading up to it, I started eating more fish and seafood. Mm-hmm. So that was a transition more, pescatarian style. But yeah, so leading up to the challenge, I was eating some meat, but like I said, not anywhere near as much as I should have been.
Right, super. So, okay, great. Overall, do you recall what your overall weight change was and your goals?
Yeah, I know per my scale on like September 20th, September 25th, I think that I weighed 220. I think that we weighed me in here a couple weeks later, and your scale called me 214, 215, so in the neighborhood. But by the end of the month, this scale had me down to 204. Yeah,
Okay.
not 190, 204. So that put me down about 10 or 11 pounds per your scale.
Right.
And I've continued to follow the macros and continue to follow that the calorie structure that I had before, and now I'm down to 189. So that's another,
that's amazing.
10 pounds. So whatever, 20 to 30 pounds in that time period.
I have also heard that you're making some fairly delicious mean soup,
Oh, yeah.
So tell me the story behind that. What's going on here with the soup? What are you making? What are some of your favorite recipes?
Well, I just think that soup is a super easy way. It's first of all, it's really versatile. You can put it in anything. Like, I know that when I gave it to Coach Andrea or other people at the gym, some people will put dumplings in it. I just put it on top of like the meat or something more as a garnish or something like that. Or you can eat it as soup. You can put beans in it. So I don't ever put the protein in it. Or I don't put any of the beans or protein in the soup, because when I'm trying to balance the percentages of proteins and carbs in the soup, it makes it much easier to do if you leave them separate for me. So it makes it easier to count. But and it's also where a lot of the vegetables come into the diet, because I don't know, this week I'm having butternut squash that's smoked on the grill. So, I mean, every serving of the soup has a ton of the butternut squash in it. Usually I put broth. You can use like a vegan protein broth that has a lot of beans and stuff in it to boost the protein content a little bit. But I think we've done that. We've done a red pepper, pea. I'm thinking of a cauliflower soup coming up, but try to, keep it mixed up and versatile, and that way if you don't have the same soup every day, you can change the protein, change the soups, change the carb you put in, and it keeps it semi-interesting when you're, cutting calories.
I love that idea for, I was trying to count all the good things about making a big pot of soup. Number one is you're making more than one meal at a time, so you're economizing on your time. Yeah, absolutely. Number two, you have a variety of vegetables that you have in there, so it's a great way to be able to get the vegetables that are higher in fiber, just going to be better for you. Yep. And number three is that variety, right? So, I mean, if you get tired of eating the same thing over and over again, I mean, soup is, you can go all over the place with different kinds of soup, whether, the base that you use, whether it's tomato base or vegetable base or beef base and chicken broth and all that stuff, as well as all the different variety of vegetables. So, and I'm sure there are many others. Well, what we're going to do is I'm going to give you an opportunity to kind of give a tip for someone. Let's say that someone's been working out for a while and maybe they're not necessarily seeing the changes that they think they should be getting from their hard work. What tip can you give that person?
I think first you should probably either come in here or find a reliable calculator online of some sort to see, at least ballpark, how many calories you should be getting, how much protein you should be getting. There's a debate as far, in the science, how many grams of protein per day, but an easy way that I found is approximately a gram per pound. That's really easy. Everybody knows what they weigh. You know how many grams that is. If you get on the InBody, it can tell you your lean mass, so how much muscle you have. A gram per pound of that is also another way that you could do it. But you need to figure out how much you need. Otherwise, it's impossible. And then you need to be logging. There's no other way around it.
So logging your meals and keeping track of it, being mindful and stuff like that. Super.
My roommate hates it. He doesn't want to log, but an easier way to log if you don't want to be super anal about it, like I am, like every single gram of food, but like you can ballpark it, like do it for a day, do it for 2 days, ballpark how much you're actually eating. Everything that you eat, even if it's, something you probably shouldn't be eating, log it and figure it out. And then you can kind of see like, oh, I'm way off or I'm way over, and then you can kind of tweak it from there. That's an easier way. But really, without knowing what you need and what you're eating, it's not possible.
Fantastic. Josh, is there anything else that is on your mind that you want to talk about today?
No, I mean, like you said, meal prep. Meal prepping is by far the most valuable thing you can do. Get a freezer, fill it up. Fill it up with food so you always have something on hand. If you don't have food ready, you're going to order something from DoorDash that you shouldn't be eating.
Well, I really love some of those ideas that you have, and we'll do maybe I'll talk to Josh afterwards and get some of these recipes for some of these soups.
Sure.
And maybe we could post that on our website and share it out to everybody. Thank you guys so much for checking in with us today. Take care and have a good day. Bye now.